like I've been on this journey my whole life because it started with my name, Talitha Cumi, which literally means little girl, wake up. And I can't say it's been easy. There's been a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. But I believe life is all in your decision making. The I Am Talitha Cumi show is a combination of things that I love to talk about. And I want to enlighten you, encourage you, and inspire you to be the best you can be with some help from my guest. Let's talk about it. And we are live here at the Botham Jean Foundation Gala event, you guys. I feel like there are so many people, like you said, that are in pain from stress or whatever it is, and we're going to the doctor. They're giving us this medication. This medication sometimes is making us worse. Sometimes the medication is not working. Sometimes the medication has so many side effects. So is there anything that I left?
No, other than my name is pronounced Ward-Roni.
Georgia, I was pronouncing that all wrong. Ward-Roni. My bad. I hate when people pronounce my name wrong too. Ward-Roni. So I'm gonna be calling her Gina. So yes, that's cool. You know, okay, yeah. All right. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Talitha Cumi, and I want to welcome you to the I Am Talitha Cumi show on Vegas Hype Media. Thanks so much for tuning in, and remember you can catch us here every Friday at 7:30 p.m. on our Food for the Soul Media Group, FB page, and YouTube station. Also on Vegas Hype Media's FB page and YouTube station and the Mixler app if you just want to listen to us live. So shout out to Quan keeping us live on the ones and twos, keeping us looking and sounding right. And also I got to shout out my baby Big Bobby B, who is in our chat room right now, so you guys can hit him up. So I'm talking to my guest about some stuff that you may just want to know about. And my disclaimer, as always, is these are my opinions, not fact, just my opinions. And some of the opinions of our guests are not always the opinions of the I Am Talitha Cumi show, Food for the Soul Media Group, or Vegas Hype Media. And you guys, if you guys want to weigh in, go to the chat room or leave a comment on our FB page. And you guys, please go to my YouTube station. I am needing subscribers really, really bad. So go to my YouTube station at Food for the Soul Media Group and hit that subscribe button, and then go to our Instagram and follow us on Instagram at the same Food for the Soul Media Group, you guys. So last week we had special guest Minister Stretch Sanders and Miss Ollie Allen. So I'm going to shout them out. And joining me on today's show, we have half of the We Mentality branding man himself, Mr. Brandon Ward, and Miss Feathernest Ronnie McClintock in the building. And we are discussing I Don't Do Networking. And so first, I would love it if you guys could introduce yourselves, tell our listeners what you do, and Brandon, talk about what you do with the Urban Chamber as well. So I'm going to go with you first.
All right. So my name is Brandon Ward. I am a husband and a father of 4. I'm a business coach, certified business coach, and I'm also an author. I carry many hats in our community. I'm the business development executive at the Urban Chamber of Commerce, and I'm also the business navigator for the city of Las Vegas. My role is to help business owners get to sustainability, to systemize their business so that the business works without them. But more than anything, the advocacy of providing the resources for the chamber that we provide for small businesses, so that these small businesses know that they're not alone, and that if there is any issues, we do have the solutions for their problems.
Absolutely. That is a lot of hats, Brandon. Ronnie.
Awesome. Hi, I am Rondalyn McClintock, Ronnie. I am the proud owner of Feathernest Co-Learning Group, which is a co-working space that our aim is to be the premier place for DIYers who want to get up to speed on emerging technologies. So we do a lot of talks around AI, around blockchain, around VR. I am a member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Las Vegas. I'm working with their Economic Development Committee, and I am the president of the Blacks in Technology Foundation chapter here in Las Vegas. So there are 72 chapters around the world, and Las Vegas is one of their chapters. So I'm excited to be. able to share that.
Both of y'all just doing a whole lot. Both of y'all. You said some words I didn't even know. Like, what are you talking about? So maybe we'll get into that more and find out what that tech language is all about. But you guys, I am discussing I don't do networking and why that is the wrong attitude if you are a small business or an artist or a musician. Because I used to hate networking. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm sure that I didn't get anything accomplished because I hated networking. I hated talking to people. I hated going in there trying to figure out how to do small talk, and I really didn't know what the heck to talk about. I was afraid to introduce myself and have somebody standing there talking to me for 2 hours, and I'm like, oh my God. So I know a lot of people feel like I feel. So first, I want to ask the definition of networking, and what do you think of when you think of networking? So Brandon, I'm going to go with you again.
So the definition, and this is not verbatim,
Okay.
but the definition of networking is coming together in a community to share resources and to share communication, right? It's just information, but it has to be beneficial and it has to be progressive and it has to be for the purpose of business, somehow creating some type of exchange or creating a relationship where you both can benefit and it can be reciprocated, right? Mm-hmm. I have a product, I have a solution. You have a product, you may have a problem. If I have a solution to that issue that you may have, I can give you that. So it's a whole solution-based process. But networking is simply just us getting together and doing commerce amongst one another and exchanging information.
Okay. Ronnie, what do you think of when you think of networking? Do you like networking?
I was the one that did not like those cocktail parties.
Yes.
So I'm feeling you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling you. I think networking as building relationships.
Okay.
And when I think of it in that frame, it's a little less scary and a little more approachable. So I am wanting to know people. I'm wanting to know who you are and what you do and why you do what you do. I'm a natural question asker anyway. So once I get someone talking about their story, we're relating now, that to me is networking. Okay. Ultimately, it's about exchange of information, exchange of resources, building, identifying some mutual benefit between the two people. But first and foremost, it's about establishing and building on relationships.
Right.
Relationships. Both of you guys said relationships. So what would you say the percentage that networking has on a business that's going to thrive? What is the percentage? What does it look like? Is it high? Is it low? Brandon, I'm going to start with you again.
It's definitely high. If you network, chances are you're creating opportunities for yourself. And with the more opportunities that you may have, the more situations that you're going to land those shots. And that's the main thing, is just being able to create more opportunities for your business so that you can take advantage of those things. Having your network, it opens you up to a world of opportunities, because by knowing you open me up to a whole different world that you have been establishing all your life, especially if you know, like, and trust me. So, it's very important. I think the success will probably be about 85% of those businesses are probably successful who do the networking, especially small businesses. When you get to corporations, the networking just looks different. Mm-hmm. They network in boardrooms. It's actually a space that's provided for them. When you're a small business owner, you got to get out there and you got to do it yourself.
Okay. What about you, Ronnie? What is the percentage? What would you say, if I am a small business, what percentage do I have to network? Give me a roundabout number.
So you want a number now.
Is it 10%? Is it 30%? Am I trying to, is that the bulk of my business?
Well, let me preface it with this.
Okay.
So I have a coach who says to me, your network is your net worth.
Okay. I've heard that
and
before.
That's true.
Okay.
Yes. So from my perspective, it's everything.
Okay.
The people that come to me, the opportunities that I see, the opportunities that I provide for others are all predicated on networking, on that relationship, either the relationship they have with me or the relationship they have with someone that I trust.
Okay.
So it is a very high percentage. I transitioned out of corporate, and in corporate, it's also very, very much who you know, not so much what you know, but who you know. Currently on the Blacks in Technology side, we offer a mentorship program. It's called the Converge Mentorship Program. And it is all about connecting people that they can become known so that they can get jobs in these various corporations. So again, that's pure networking.
So I'm going to go with what both of you guys said. 70% of my small business, I'm having a network, and 30% is other. Would you say that? Or
I would probably say 80%.
Yeah, for me, it's a lot.
80%? Oh, shoot.
I do a lot of networking.
Okay.
A lot of events.
Okay.
As many as I can, even the virtual ones. You got to take advantage of the opportunities in
Okay.
those rooms. Especially when you're B2B.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get in those rooms.
Okay. Well, I did a show about family businesses and how it's so dope to me when families can work together, right? And so I need to know, Brandon, and this is one question, it's a two-part for you, different questions, but I need to know how it is working with your wife. How do you guys both manage that, being as busy as you say you are?
So shout out to Tiffany Ward, my beautiful wife. Much love and respect to her, co-owner and co-creator of the We Mentality. But it has its challenges because we have to know when to separate the relationship from the business relationship first and foremost.
Sir.
But you, as an entrepreneur, it's just part of your life. You know, it's so many times that we have to interrupt our day to go do something for the kids, or maybe somebody gets in trouble. The best thing is that we have one another. So if she takes the left, I take the right. What the main goal is that we meet back up at the destination of where our goal was. And we can, you know, it makes us powerful because when we go into a room, especially when I'm networking, if I only meet and connect with 10 people, my wife is over there connecting with another 10 people. So those are 20 different leads that my business now has that we can convert into sales, which is going to help us really work. But when it comes to the relationship, it's tough. It's very tough, and we have to learn, and we have to have balance. We have to be a lot more disciplined. We have to plan, but most of all, it's the alignment that matters more than anything. Because if we're going different ways, or we both have different visions, chances are that we're not getting anything done, and that end up going in. It goes into the business, and then we have those business stresses where we start having financial maybe issues, or maybe customer issues, or our customer service may be lacking. But then it also carries over into the relationship where now we may be having arguments and we can't separate the two. Like, I can't be mad at you over here and then, be nice with you over here. It's the person. So therapy really does help with that as well, because it helped me to separate the two.
Okay. So you said that therapy also with your business and marriage is really helping you to define those boundaries and make sure that you guys are on the same page consistently.
Yeah, because we're the bosses,
Yeah.
and she's not my boss. I'm not her boss. We don't tell each other what to do. So a lot of times we need a mediator. We need somebody there that can talk to us. So we have a counselor who helps us. We also have a business coach who helps us, who guides us. And it helps us come to a consensus usually, especially when we differentiate in what we want to do. If we have a different opinion, sometimes we have to figure out what's the best thing for our situation based on our goal. And a mediator or a counselor makes us realize that we need to focus on what the goal is, what our vision is, and then stick to that. So that's what they usually bring it back to. The right answer is not who is right, it's who's making the right decision based on the goal that we need to achieve.
That makes a whole lot of sense. Ronnie, doing a lot by yourself, do you wish that you had a family member or a friend to assist in your business? Or do you like kind of working by yourself, making your own decisions and not having to answer to anybody?
Well, if you're in a business, you're answering to a bunch of somebody's. But yeah, the solopreneur, the solo gets a little lonely. It would be nice to have someone to bounce ideas off of. And I do have friends and family members that I do, but no one that's really kind of in the trenches. I had a prior business in California, and I did that business. I ran that business with my daughter.
Okay.
At the time, and huge difference. She was an adult, so we had to. There were some differentiations we had to do. I couldn't be mom in our space, But I noticed that there's a big difference. There's that saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others.
That's right.
And
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've been going fast. Now I think I kind of want to go far.
Yeah.
I'm looking for some others.
I can see that. And so What would you both say to businesses that cater to a different demographic, where they're maybe not on social media platforms? How important is being involved with organizations like the Chambers, Brandon?
So you have to be diverse first and foremost, but it all depends on what the goal is of your business. If you know who your niche is and you know that you only your brand only has a certain customer base, then that's the customer base you should be marketing to. But if you want to diversify and create more opportunities for yourself, like me, I'm a part of the Urban Chamber of Commerce. I've been there for 3 years, but I'm also part of the Latin Chamber. I'm also part of the Henderson Chamber because I need to diversify my business in order for me to really take my business to the next level. I love the fact that I can help my people, but I also love the fact that I can serve other communities and introduce them to our flavor and the way we do things. This is really helping with the diversity, the inclusion process, and our way of teaching things. It's a diverse model. Don't get me wrong, it helps out our people so much, but it really does unite people more than anything because I teach people to judge people based on their personality and their behaviors.
Yes.
Right? And it doesn't have
Nothing
to do
with
anything with your culture, having anything to do with your skin, any of that. It's treating you the way you want to be treated. And by me being able to go into these spaces and adapt, it really does create more opportunities for my business. It creates me to have opportunities like going out to Carson City up in legislature and meet with the leaders who are making decisions here because I'm able to diversify myself and I can be in any room and I can talk and I can arm wrestle and we can have a conversation with any of them. Like, put me in any situation and we're going to be able to get things done. And then I'm focused, right? Knowing what your focus is. When you know what your focus is, you really can own in on your customer base and you can really take your business to the next level when it comes to scaling. To be honest with you, when I go to the Henderson Chamber, there's mentors over there that teach me things that certain people don't teach me, but there are certain things that my people teach me because it's a personal relationship that I'm learning the secrets. I'm learning the things that no one would tell somebody after 5 years. But that's the reason why it's good to be a part of a chamber like ours, something that's small where we can concentrate on your business and we can focus on your business. And it's like an incubator. We're going to make sure that you're going to stay alive, but we're going to make sure you're going to grow as well.
Okay. Ronnie, what about, I've been seeing a difference with the age factor out here, right? And so I'm saying maybe 50 and up are just not into social media as much as I feel like maybe we should be, right? And so if you have your demographic is that area, how would you reach them? How would you reach them if your demographic is not on any social media?
Yeah.
Where are we meeting them at?
So that's where these face-to-face networking events become very important.
Okay.
You have to meet them where they are. So if let's take that demographic you described. If I were marketing to that group, and I'm looking at the 100 Black women, 100 Black men. I'm looking at those sorority and fraternity alumni chapters because that's where you're going to find a concentration of folks in those spaces. But, don't sleep on over 50 in social media. They're out there. They're doing it. I know one of the projects that I work on for the 100 Black women is teaching technology to seniors. And there are a lot of seniors out there. We'll go to Doolittle and we're teaching classes on how to, post up on Facebook, how to shop online. So I think one of the things is maybe not make so many of the assumptions that probably a younger generation makes about people in 50 and over. And then you're going to be a lot more hands-on. So you're going to be attending those in-person networking events, those in-person local celebrations, those fairs that they have, the health fairs and the community fairs. I think that's one way to really tap into that market. But folks in that demographic, they're community people. They're going to church. They're going to organizations. So you got to go there.
Can I comment on that?
Uh-huh.
So I truly believe that if it is a weakness for a person, or if it's something that they just don't want to learn, they don't want to take that learning curve. If it's your business, when you go out and network, usually I've been running to about 5 or 6 marketers, right? Somebody who does social media marketing. You should hire somebody to do it.
Okay.
There's somebody who knows exactly what buttons to push, what platforms to be on, in order to get your message
For
across.
your
And then they
business.
know
Okay.
about what copy needs to be written, what pictures need to be posted. So trust in them. If you have it in your budget, make the investment, because you're going to get a return on your investment if you reach your customer.
Okay, I can see that, and I was gonna say what you said, Ronnie, as far as the community, and I'm not really necessarily 50 and over, because I'm 50 and over, but I'm saying like those seniors, like you said, at Doolittle, that are, you know, in their 70s, and they're like, I ain't never been on Facebook. I don't want to be on no what's the Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, they're calling it that, so they don't know. And
The
then
Twitter.
now we know Facebook is older now. So
Yeah.
people that are under 40 almost, and they're not even checking for Facebook anymore. But I was just wondering about that. But that you made a good point. Churches, community events, and different things like that. That we know that they're going to be out because they still like that face-to-face interaction.
And because we've been through COVID,
Yes.
and because they want to keep up with their children and grandchildren, they're on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
They
Okay.
have accounts.
Yeah.
Now,
we did. Yeah,
Instagram's
that's the
a
only
little
thing that
tougher.
COVID did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Instagram is it, and I don't really like Instagram. But
When you jump
know,
on TikTok, that's
another
even
story.
harder.
Oh, TikTok's a whole
I
nother
won't.
something.
I won't even do it. I'm not even gonna do it.
That's just
I'm not finna do it. So, Ronnie, with the business that you have with your co-working space, how can participating in your type of co-working space help with others and their business?
awesome. So one of the things that I've been starting to differentiate now is we are a co-learning group. We're a Feather Nest co-learning
Co-learning,
group.
yes.
And the difference between a co-working space and a co-learning space is the focus on learning new things, on that community of helping each other achieve to that next level. Co-working spaces do too, but you're really there to work on your stuff.
And you don't really kind of talk and interact.
Not so
Okay.
much here. For example, we have a meetup every Tuesday, TCB Tuesdays, and we come together. I open my space from 10 to 1 for coworkers, work from home people, but we're talking about ChatGPT. We're talking the best ways to leverage that. We're talking about what is this AR stuff and how is it impacting me in my day to day? How can it? So that's kind of the difference. So in that sense, bringing a community together of people who want to learn, who want to take this information and make their lives better.
Okay. Okay, and then does that always require a membership, or can they kind of drop in and?
Yeah, so with us, we are not membership based. So we don't operate under traditional co-working model. You can come in and just get a desk for the day. Most people come in and rent our conference room or our podcast studio. We're small, we're unintimidating, for those, my 70-plus-year-old ladies who want to start a podcast,
Yeah.
they can come down with me.
Come on
it's
in there.
Real basic looking, and, we can help them. So, yeah, you don't have to have it. We're not membership based, so you can drop in.
Okay, well, on that last note, I think I want to take a commercial break, but I think I have one more question. Hold on a minute. Brandon, do you all have a co-working space, or are you in an incubator space with the Urban Chamber?
Yeah, so we're an incubator there, and what's soon to come is the BSC, the Business Success Center.
Okay.
So you're going to see You're going to start seeing a lot more programming, and you're going to see a lot more educational things taking place. What I'm pretty much looking forward to is like the mastermind, creating that space for people to be able to share ideas and to be able to help one another. Similar to how Ronnie's situation is, it's just you doing it under the roof of the chamber. So you got a bunch of different businesses that can be in that space all at one time.
And that the creating, it sounds similar to what Feather Nest is doing. Do you think that has helped you more than if you would have just kind of went out and got your own space and just kind of been doing this on your own?
As a small business owner, I needed it because it wasn't in my budget when I first started. It gave me not just an opportunity to be more flexible within my budget, but then I had a whole entire community to pull from. So anything that's attached to the chamber, and if you're a member, it's kind of like if I call you and I say, "Hey, cousin, how you doing?" "Oh, I didn't even know we was cousins." "Well, I know Uncle such and such, such and such." "Oh," and then you had that familiar. I always get that word wrong, familiarity,
Yeah.
right? But it's that know, like, and trust. You know me. You know that I'm valid because you can look me up through the chamber and see that I'm a member. You may like me because we've already did some networking together. We've met each other. We probably had coffee or we did breakfast. Now, how can I get you to trust me? And that's why that space is so important, because if I'm networking all the time, you become a familiar face. If I become a solution to your problems, now you trust me. Now we're all under one roof. We're going to constantly do commerce and do business together.
Absolutely. Okay, so now I want to take a commercial break. We will be right back with I Don't Do Networking with my special guests, Brandon Ward and Ronnie McClintock, and our special spotlight artist who started out her music journey as a former Radio City Music Hall Rockette dancer. And that's coming up next.
And when she came and said that to me, my first thought was, well, I don't want to lose my wife, so maybe I need to quit. Are you with me? What I'm doing. I didn't know at that point how to strike the balance between making my home a priority and also the ministry. But here's what I've learned, and listen to me very, very carefully. The young people, never sell your family on the altar of ministry.
What needed to be done, and her and I got into plenty of arguments. Like, I never argued with mom so much about, just little things and how we should handle it. And which was a learning experience for me. It's like, let me step back, let me sit back. And, because everybody deals with things differently. So it was a growth process, but mom was strong.
And we are back. If you guys just joined us, you are tuned in to the I Am Talitha Cumi show by Food for the Soul Media Group with me, Talitha Cumi. And I am here live on FB and YouTube on Food for the Soul Media Group and Vegas Hype Media. So I'm talking with my special guest, Brandon Ward and Ronnie McClintock, and my spotlight guest, who's been waiting so patiently, Miss MarQue Munday is in the building. So if you guys, we're talking about some stuff. If you guys want to talk about it with us, join us and go to the comment section, leave your comments, or go to the chat room and leave your comments there. So I want to get back into the discussion. And I want to ask, what ways would you all say that can put your business in the right place here in Vegas? What are some ways that can put your business in the right place other than networking? And I'm going to start with you again, Brandon.
All right. Join the chamber.
That's it. That's all. That is it. That's all.
I'm just
Join the chamber.
I'm just being honest. I mean, it's an ecosystem of other businesses that's going to help you, and not just help you. You have to be educated. Look, we as small business owners, we have talents, we have products, we have skills. But when we talk about running a business, you are going to be challenged. All of your weaknesses are going to be exposed, and you're going to have to take the time to learn, to invest in yourself, to go to conferences. You go to a conference here, you're going to pay about $1,000, $1,500. The same information that you can get from your chamber. We're going to let you, and it's not us giving all the information. You might have a small business development center giving out information. You might have SCORE giving out information. You may have all of these other organizations giving out the information. A lot of times people don't know where this information is at. Well, we're going to put it in our newsletter that you're going to get on Monday.
Yeah.
And if you pay attention to it, you can't miss out on any of the announcements. So
Absolutely.
Joining the chamber and taking advantage of the opportunities that are there, the information that is there, and then meeting the people who can really help you. That's the best way that I can say that you can take your business to the next level.
And that is, I already know you were going to push for that. Anything else you can add, Ronnie?
Brandon said,
what he said.
What he said. I think really keying in on this is something that I've had to come to terms with recently.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding the difference between being an entrepreneur and being a business owner.
Okay.
And finding your space in that, embracing that. I am an entrepreneur. I had to learn to become a business owner. More of the operations piece, more of the day-to-day versus the fun. Let's get the big idea. Let's get it going. I think that helps in understanding where you fit. That helps in how you present yourself and how you get more business.
Okay.
Yeah, that presentation. I love that you said that because you could also join a Toastmasters group.
Yes.
And that's so we talking about $60 for 6 months. It's the community, but not just the community. It's more education, more learning, putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation so that you can develop. That's what it's all about. And then you got a whole community of people who encourage you and inspire you. So Toastmasters is also a great resource to any small business owner.
Okay. The chamber.
Yeah, we had one lunchtime talker. Shout out to my crew.
Yeah, Thursday. I've been trying to go to one since I got here, and I still haven't made it to one. So I'm gonna.
It's on my
make it.
list.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna make
definitely.
it.
I'm sending
going
y'all.
to
I'm
make it.
sending you the calendar
Please.
invite.
Please.
First and third
Please do.
Thursdays at noon, and we meet up at Nevada Partners.
Okay.
And anybody can come visit us and come check it out.
Yeah, I need to learn how to speak.
You
so
do well.
right now, I need to introduce our awesome vocalist and spotlight artist of the evening, contemporary Christian R&B jazz singer, dancer, actress, model, choreographer. She does it all. Miss MarQue, former Radio City Music Hall Rockette dancer and present pageant title holder, Nevada Classic Universe Woman 2023. She graduated from the United States International University, Elliott University. Is that right? Alliance. I butchered that. In San Diego, California. She has a BFA in musical theater, singing, dancing, and acting. He's originally from Staten Island, New York. MarQue was sent to Las Vegas to perform with the Rockettes, and she's been performing professionally for the past 30 years. Her credits include live performances, studio sessions, a CD, commercials, national and international and regional, film, television, national and international, cable, radio, print, runway, conventions, piano bar, wedding bands, theater, regional and off-Broadway and national and international tours. Her favorite roles include Dina Jones in Dreamgirls, I know that, Anita in West Side Story, and Crystal in The Little Shop of Horrors, to name a few. She has appeared performing with legends Liza Minnelli, Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., Barry White, Maurice Haynes, Rip Taylor, or is that Rip Taylor?
Right.
Okay.
Rip Taylor.
Susan Anton, David Letterman, David Cassidy, Shaka Khan, Tom Jones, Nell Carter, and Luther Vandross, and the list goes on. And I'll tell you why I read this whole thing, right? So her one-woman show, Colors of a Dream, just debuted in Las Vegas, a story of life, passion, and purpose to encourage, uplift, and inspire you. And presently, MarQue has become a member of WSDBA, volunteering on the Communications Committee, and she is the assistant to the director of the Miss Juneteenth Scholarship Program as a media coach, stage, and assistant choreographer, and currently co-director of Miss Juneteenth Nevada 2023. MarQue is an intentionalist.
Yes.
I had to just sound that out real quick. I didn't want to sound silly. But MarQue, thanks for joining us. I really wanted to read all of that because you have been in this game for so long. I know that you have a wealth of knowledge, but what I want to ask you is, what would you say is the key to the staying power of musical artists here in Las Vegas?
Quite honestly, don't read your press.
Don't read your press.
Don't read your press. Everything that you name there, I just add to my resume and my bio as I continue to pick up things. But if I sat and read that, my head might be too big to fit in a building somewhere.
Okay.
So you're really, as a dancer would say, you're as good as the last pirouette you could do.
Okay.
And so if I'm not honing my craft every single day, then I'm probably falling short, because people are coming up behind us each day and they are working to get that role and to thrive and to get to their next accolade. So you have to continue to hone your craft, stay humble.
Well, with you being in the game for so long, what do you suggest that people can do to stay relevant? Like if they've been in the game and now we're coming on this this new social everything is just changing, especially after COVID. What do you suggest that they can do to stay relevant?
Support.
Okay.
That's really big.
So support others.
Support other artists, support new artists coming up, give back in the community, tutor, teach classes, hold sessions. You mentioned masterminds earlier. Those are really great. Lunch and learns are wonderful. Have coaching sessions, and invite the younger students and those who are aspiring to do some of the things that you're doing to come out and see you. Get involved, Juneteenth.
Yeah. And I was just going to ask you about that too, and you kind of already answered it already. If I am new to the arts industry, where would I start if I want to be a performing artist?
Okay, so this one was a double-edged because I looked at the question and I said, okay, if you're going to be a performing artist, then you actually must practice yourself. All your work starts with you at home by yourself, whether that's you practicing your dance, practicing your music, if you play an instrument, singing, then seek out other artists and coaches that are doing what you want to do and get lessons from them.
Okay.
Then you support.
And
so you're going at
same thing.
Support.
Same thing. So it's all about supporting, networking, making sure that we are there for one another so that we can pull from one another.
Yes. And be open and humble to receive the criticism because you can always grow, you can always get better. If an artist that's out there is willing to take the time to talk to you and give you some pointers, listen to them, apply the ones that you feel are applicable to you. And even when you don't feel they're applicable, go in your closet and really ask yourself that question. Okay, how can I use that to improve?
Okay. And not be so arrogant to think that people that come before you are so played out that they don't know what's going on right now. Like I see a lot of younger people sometimes that they don't think that that other generation is relevant still, so they tend to not like, oh, look, old school, you don't know, you don't know this or you don't know that or whatever.
I hear you. 3 names: Jeffrey Osborne, Charlie Wilson, Gladys Knight. That says it all.
Okay.
These are all artists that are still thriving and they're still singing and doing their concerts.
All over. And people are going and paying that money and enjoying those singers from a while
that
back.
Paved the way.
I agree with you. I invited you, one, to hear your beautiful voice, but also I wanted to talk about the awesome event that you have coming up and who you are looking for to be a part of it. And actually, before you answer the question, we met networking.
Yes.
Because I was actually doing my show. I started doing the show again in February, and Miss Ingrid told me about you. And then I heard about you from the Girl Scouts, so we kind of touched both ways, and that's what networking does.
Yes.
So, tell me about your event, and then tell me who you're looking for, MarQue.
Okay. The event that's coming up is the Juneteenth pageant. That's right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It will be at the West Las Vegas Library Theater, and we are looking for what we call delegates in the pageant world. Those are participants, young ladies that are interested in becoming a Juneteenth ambassador, and they are going to carry the legacy and the history of Juneteenth to their peers and those that they're in their home, their families, their friends, and people who obviously don't know about Juneteenth, because there are still some out there.
Okay. What ages and do they have to be of African descent?
They must have a tie to African descent.
Okay.
So if they are mixed, which many of us are, and they should be between the ages of 14 and 19 for national. Here in Las Vegas, I believe our information said 15 to 18, but we will honor the national 14 to 19 age.
Well, right. I'm excited about that, you guys. I wanted to get into pageants when I was younger, and I never did do it. But Miss MarQue said that I still may have an opportunity.
Yes, absolutely.
My old self. So I want to ask you, Ronnie and Brandon, your final thoughts about where we can and should network, and then give us your information on how people can find out more about what you guys do, any events you have coming up, and MarQue, we're going to get ready for you to close us out. So as you guys are talking about that, I want to talk. I want everybody to know how we can follow you guys.
Before,
Yeah.
so you can follow me at IAM Brandon Ward. Brandon Ward Motivates on Instagram. You can just go on Facebook, Brandon Ward. You can go to our website, thewementality.com. You can find out more about our business. And I'm also on LinkedIn. For those who are in business, you can look me up on LinkedIn as well.
Okay. Any events you have coming up other than Toastmasters?
So we always have once a month, we have Direct Connect, and we also have Coffee and Commerce. We have a big event coming up. It is actually our legislature, since legislature will be over, our president will be back, and we're having an event called the State of the Chamber, which will be at multiple locations, which are going to draw in different, we'll say different industries at each location, but it will all be tapped into one location. And if you want to learn more about our events, you can go to theurbanchamber.org, look on the events tab, and you can find all our events and register right there.
Okay. And so networking other than the urban chamber, other than the chambers, rather. So
Right.
let's say all the chambers, what other places can you suggest where people can actually network and kind of talk to each other? Would you say if we're going to the club, we can talk to each other? Or that's a no.
Not going to the club because
asking.
the intentions are not the same. That's one thing. You want to make sure you're in a place where people have the intention to do commerce.
Okay.
I go to Rotary, to the Rotary Club. I go to BNI. Toastmasters are all around the valley, different groups. You can go there. There's a group that we work with. They're called the Happiest Hour. They do an amazing event once a month. They probably pack that room with about 500 people.
Wow.
It's a great networking event. But then there's some amazing networking events all throughout our valley here in Las Vegas. If you go to Eventbrite and you just look up networking events, there's a list of events. And I encourage people try all of them. If you see that there's a ribbon cutting, attend it, because when you go to that ribbon cutting, people are looking to meet you. And when you support that business during those stages, I think I vended at one of Ronnie's events, matter of fact, to support her business with my business. And the chamber was there to support her as well. But I was able to meet a lot of people, and I was able to learn about her working space as well. So you just take advantage of all of the opportunities that are out there. The last thing I want to say, and this is probably one of my secrets, and I give all my clients, I tell them to get involved with nonprofits who serve a mission that you are passionate about. When you go to nonprofit events, you run into other leaders who have that same passion that you do, and it's the best way for you to connect with them, because you don't even talk about business, you talk about what that passion is. So there may be like suicide prevention, it may be DEI, it may be just unity, it may be LGBTQ, whatever your community is at, there's some people there for you. Once you get into that community, you're going to find that pocket of entrepreneurs and business owners, and they're going to have their own ecosystem themselves as well. They always put themselves aside. And if you can't find somewhere, create it. It's nothing for you to create an event on Eventbrite, find a space to do like Ronnie's location. They can rent out Ronnie's location.
Absolutely.
And they can host their own event with their own people. And they can say exactly what type of people they want to come there because it's their event. So, there's many options. There's no excuses for a person not to be able to network. And if they really want to learn how to understand people better and their personalities, then they can reach me at those sites and those communications avenues that I gave earlier, and I can help them with that.
Ronnie?
So I can be reached at feathernestcl.com, Feathernest Co-Learning Group on Instagram or Facebook. Some of the areas that I network in, of course, everything Brandon's done. All that. But I also found a community on meetup.com. So I go to networking events that I see posted or suggested to me through Meetup. Alignable has a lot of networking events that I participate in. I've met some really great connections and partners really through Alignable.
Okay. So no excuses, Brandon? No excuses, Ronnie. We got it.
None at all.
None. So as we close the show out, and I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. As we close the show out, please keep in mind that we are looking for positive artists who would like to have a live featured performance to end my show every week. I am a lover of all things music, and I really would love to showcase you and give you a platform to do your thing. You can be a Christian artist or a secular artist, but we just need music with some substance and positivity. If you're interested, you can go to our website at www.foodforthesoulmediagroup.press and then go to our artist spotlight tab and submit your music, or you can email us at foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com for more information, and you could be our next guest. And now we are here with Miss MarQue with Keep Me Hanging On.
Set me free, why don't you, baby? Get in my life, why don't you, baby? 'Cause you don't really love me. You just keep me hanging on. You don't really need me. You just keep me hanging on. Why do you keep coming round, playing with my heart? Why don't you get out of my life and let me make a new start? Let me get over you the way you've gotten over me. Hey, set me free, why don't you, baby? Get out of my life, why don't you, baby? 'Cause you don't really love me. You just keep me hanging on. You don't really need me. You just keep me hanging on. You claim you still care for me, but your heart and soul needs to be free. Now that you got your freedom, you wanna still hold on to me. And there ain't nothing I can do about it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why don't you, baby? Set me free, why don't you, baby? Get out of my life, why don't you, baby? You claim you still care for me, but your heart and soul needs to be free. Now that you've got your freedom, you wanna still hold on to me. You don't love me or yourself, so let me find somebody else. Hey, why don't you be a man about it and set me free? Now you don't care a thing about me. You're just using me. Go on, get out of my life and let me sleep at night. Please, 'cause you don't really love me. You just keep me hanging on. You don't really need me. You just keep me hanging on.
Yeah, that was
Yay.
good. I like that.
Make sure to tune in every Friday to the I Am Talitha Cumi show at 7:30 p.m. on our FB page and YouTube station, Food for the Soul Media Group, or Vegas Hype Media, and tell your people. Catch the Rewind show every Wednesday, same time, 7:30 p.m. on our YouTube station. And don't forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms. I Am Talitha Cumi and Food for the Soul Media Group. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by Orlay Worldwide, Big Bobby B Beats, Brandon Ward, and the We Mentality, and the Urban Chamber of Commerce, and Miss MarQue Munday, and the Miss Juneteenth pageant, and Ronnie McClintock, and Feather Nest. You guys, if you've been missing our movie review and Bobby's cooking segment, stay tuned in for Bobby B and the Side Chain coming up next at 8:40, and then tune in each week before the show for our movie review. We are out a little bit early today, but I'm sure Quan thanks us. We'll see you guys later.
What's cracking, fam? How y'all doing, man? It's your neighborhood friendly cook, Big Bobby B. Dig. So the other day, my wife had to go have a conversation with Thump over at 105.7, so I rolled with her. I was like, I'm craving a donut. So I've been wanting Randy's since they first got to Vegas. I've only been once, and it was amazing. So I'm like, I'm gonna whip back through this joint. It's close to where I'm at. Went through there, so empty. Early in the morning before 8 o'clock, empty. I'm like, man, either this place is closed or the people working here on that trash energy. I went through the drive-thru, see what I want, pull up through the window, and right whenever I see her, I was like, yes, she is absolutely on some trash energy. I pay her my money. It take a long time to come back. I'm assuming she went to the crib, rummaged through some old donuts that she probably stole for like, a couple weeks ago or whatever, and came back and delivered those to me. Get back to the station, taste my donut, it's trash. Talitha eats hers, she likes it, I guess. I saved the cinnamon roll though, so we're gonna use the cinnamon roll and make a bread pudding with it. It's the only thing we can do with these trash donuts. I am very disappointed, Randy's. Yikes, with no hesitation, we take this ugly donut, take it, rip it up in the little bitty pieces and put it in the pan. All right, and pour some nice little butter over it. Good melted butter. Pour it over that thing with some other old bread. Yeah, look at that. It's absorbing that so nice. Next, we want to make the sauce that you pour over this. So we want to get us a cup of, I forgot my bananas, sorry about that. Let's get these bananas going. We'll put that on right on top of that. And then we'll get right to that other stuff I was talking about. So we'll get a cup of the almond milk because we don't use regular milk around here at all. All right, dig, so we're gonna pour a cup of almond milk in there. Get that going. Stir it up real good. Brown sugar in the thing, yeah, stir it up a little bit. That brown sugar in that thing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Now you wanna crack your fresh egg in that thing. Hurry up and get stirring. All right, now we're gonna get that cinnamon, dash that in there. Then you wanna put a spot of nutmeg, right? Stir that up real good. And instead of using the vanilla, your boy is fixing to use the imported brandy. Yes, sir. Stir that up real nice, and pour that right over that old ass bread. I feel like this music is getting a little louder right here, but I ain't feeling like edit it and turn it down at all. Yeah, all right. Now you wanna beat that in there real good. You wanna beat it in there pretty good, man. You wanna kinda make this into a whole nother situation. So beat it good. And top it off with a little cinnamon. And then I like to top mine off with a little bit of cinnamon, sugar, apple spice, nutmeg, cinnamon mix. Look how beautiful that is right there, though. That's some cooking. I ain't getting my ice cream, oat milk, obviously. Let's do it. Buddy, swear your mama ain't cooking like this.